The vanishing of user PineFox01. In October of 2022, a chilling post surfaced on the Unresolved Mysteries subreddit. The post's title was simple but alarming. My coworker vanished. HR won't acknowledge he ever existed. The post was made by a user named PineFox91, an account that had never posted before. At first, many thought it was a hoax, but as the details unfolded, the unease grew. Here's what the original post said. I work at a mid-sized tech company in Seattle. Nothing unusual, just a regular corporate job with dull meetings, bad coffee, and the same faces every day. But 3 weeks ago, one of those faces disappeared, and I mean completely vanished. His name was Daniel. We shared a cubicle wall for almost 2 years. We weren't close, but we talked enough, mostly about coding issues and complaining about management. He was a quiet, polite guy in his late 30s, wore the same faded gray hoodie most days. And then, one Monday, he just wasn't there. At first, I figured he was sick or on vacation, but by Thursday, his desk was empty. No computer, no personal stuff, everything was gone. That's when I asked our manager where Daniel was. I expected a simple answer, but my manager just blinked at me, confused, and said, "Who's Daniel?" Most Redditors assumed PineFox91 was mistaken or playing a prank. But in the comments, he insisted that Daniel had been real, and that things were getting stranger. 2 days later, he returned with an update. I know I'm not crazy. I found an old Slack conversation with Daniel from 6 months ago about a bug fix. I tried to screenshot it, but the messages were gone, completely erased. Even weirder, I found an old company newsletter from July. It mentioned Daniel by name. He got a promotion. I printed it out immediately. I'm keeping the paper copy at home. If they erase that too, I'll know something's seriously wrong. But here's the part that's making me lose sleep. Yesterday, I came back from lunch and saw someone at Daniel's old desk. He was off. I can't explain it. He looks like a generic placeholder person. Plain face, short brown hair. When I asked who he was, he smiled too wide and said, "I'm Andrew. I've always been here. I swear to God, I've never seen him before in my life." The thread exploded overnight. Some users suggested corporate cover-ups, while others joked that Andrew was a government plant. But then, the post took a darker turn. I'm being watched. Last night, I stayed late to finish a report. Around 9:30, the lights in the office flickered. I swear I heard footsteps in the dark. When I left, there was a black sedan parked across the street, no plates. And here's the kicker. I checked the company directory today. Daniel's name is gone. It's like he never existed. But I found something else. In the office supply closet, there's a locked cabinet. It's always been locked, but today I noticed the key was still in the lock. I waited until no one was around and opened it. Inside, I found a single dusty file labeled Exit 43. Daniel's photo was inside, except under employee status, it didn't say terminated. It said redacted. At this point, moderators of RR Unresolved Mysteries flagged the thread due to the growing concern from users. But PineFox91 wasn't done. I'm leaving this here in case something happens to me. I came back to my apartment last night, and the door was unlocked. Nothing was stolen, but my laptop was open, and the file I saved about Daniel was deleted. And Andrew, he's watching me. Today when I was in the break room, he leaned in close and said, "You asked too many questions." He smiled, but his eyes, they didn't match the expression. Too empty, too still. I'm quitting tomorrow. I don't care if it tanks my career. I need to get out. If you don't hear from me again, be careful. If someone at your job disappears and no one remembers them, don't ask questions. Don't trust anyone. And whatever you do, don't talk to Andrew. A week later, PineFox1's account was deleted without explanation. Moderators confirmed they had not removed it. Several users tried digging into the tech company he mentioned, but no records of a Daniel matching his description ever surfaced. Strangely, one user claimed they worked in the same office building. They posted a blurry photo of a floor directory, and at the very bottom, in faded letters, was the phrase, Exit 43. But by the next day, that user's account was gone too. The Forgotten Passenger. On February 3rd, 23, Reddit user EchoWanderer32 made a chilling post on our Reddit Bureau of Investigation with the subject line, "A commuter from my train vanished. No one remembers him but me. I take the same train to work every morning, the 7:45 a.m. from Willow Creek Station to downtown. It's the same routine, the same tired faces, the same rhythm of the tracks. But 2 weeks ago, something happened that I can't explain. There was a guy who always sat in the second car, third row from the back. I never spoke to him, but I noticed him because he wore the same navy blue windbreaker every day. He always had a black messenger bag and listened to music on these old-school wired headphones. Every morning, without fail, he was there. Until he wasn't. One Monday, his seat was empty. At first, I didn't think much of it. Maybe he was sick, maybe he took a later train, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday passed. Still no sign of him. On Friday, I asked the woman who usually sat across from him, "Hey, do you know what happened to the guy with the blue windbreaker?" She just looked at me, confused. "Who?" she said. I described him, his bag, his headphones, his seat. But she shook her head and said, "I've been taking this train for 3 years. There's never been anyone like that." I asked a few others, same response, no one remembers him. I even asked the conductor, who punches our tickets every morning. He smiled politely and said, "Sir, I think you're mistaken. I know my regulars, and there's no one like that on my train. I don't know what's happening. I looked through my phone, trying to find any proof that he existed. A photo in the background, a reflection in the train window. Nothing. It's like he was erased. Am I losing my mind? Did I imagine him? Or did something take him?" The thread gained immediate traction. Some users suggested the man had simply switched routines. Others theorized something more sinister, a glitch in reality, a forced disappearance, or even something paranormal. 2 days later, Echo Wanderer 32 returned with an update. "Something's wrong. This morning I got on the train as usual. As I passed by his usual seat, I swear I saw something out of the corner of my eye, a faint imprint, like someone had just been sitting there. The fabric on the seat was slightly depressed. I sat down across from it, staring at the empty space, and then my phone buzzed. It was a text message from an unknown number, no name, no previous messages. All it said was, 'Stop asking questions.' I looked around the train. No one was looking at me. No one was typing on their phone. It was as if the message had come from nowhere. I replied, 'Who is this?' No response. I don't know what's happening, but I think someone or something doesn't want me to remember him." The thread exploded. Some users told Echo Wanderer to check security footage at the station. Others suggested calling the number back. A few warned him to stop digging before it was too late. Then, something chilling happened. I checked the train station security footage, or at least I tried to. This morning, I went to the station office and asked if they could pull footage from 2 weeks ago. The clerk, a bored-looking guy in his late 50s, sighed and started typing on his computer. Then he frowned. "That's weird," he muttered. I asked what was wrong. He turned the screen toward me. The footage from that week was gone, not corrupted, not deleted, just missing, as if the cameras hadn't recorded anything on those days. The clerk said it must have been a system glitch, but I could tell he was freaked out too. As I left the office, my phone buzzed again. Another unknown number, another message. The last warning, forget him. I don't think I can fight this. Whatever this is, it's bigger than me. It's erasing him. And now, it's coming for me too. I'm done asking questions. I'm done looking for him. If you ever find yourself on the 7:45 a.m. train from Willow Creek, and you notice an empty seat that always seems just a little too empty, don't ask who used to sit there. Shortly after posting the final update, Echo Wanderer 32 deleted their Reddit account. No one has heard from them since. Strangely, one user who tried calling the unknown number received an automated message. "This number does not exist."